त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा त्वमेव सर्वं श्री साई देवा. Dear Swami, loving pranams at your lotus feet. Respected elders, brothers and sisters, Sai Ram. I thought I'll begin with a story of a boy from the same state I come, Kerala. And dear little brothers and sisters, I'm going to ask you to guess now. Like many other stories, this story also starts with the line, once upon a time. You're right. You already know that part. So once upon a time, there was a boy. And that boy went for an exam. And this was an English exam. In the English exam, he had to write an essay. And the essay was on the topic, the cow. C-O-W, cow. However, there was a problem. This boy had only prepared to write an essay on the coconut tree. You must remember I'm talking about Kerala. But there is an essay to write. There are pass marks to get. And thus, he uses his creativity. Dear brothers and sisters, in the first line of the essay, he writes, in Kerala, we generally tie the cow to the coconut tree. And the second line onwards, he writes about the coconut tree. Now, why am I talking about this? Because I have been given the topic, my Bal Vikas days. And I, like that boy from Kerala, have a problem. I am going to take liberties with this topic. For instance, when you say my Bal Vikas days, you would expect the entire narration to be in the past tense. But the problem is my Bal Vikas days are not over only. You must remember my name is Balaramchandran and the Vikasa of this Bala is still on. I'm still work in progress. So thus I have to talk about the past, I have to talk about the present and also the future. Second, when you say my Bal Vikas days, you would expect it to be autobiographical. You would expect me to talk about my story. But dear brothers and sisters, like that boy from Kerala who tied the cow to the tree, I am going to tie the cow to that tree. And that is not an ordinary tree, that is the Kalpavriksha. Why? Because not just this meat, the purpose of any meat is only one, and that is to intensely apply your mind on Him. All this is just an excuse. You can call it the Bal Vikas meet, you can call it the All India conference, you can call it any conference, but at the end of the day, there is only one purpose, and that is to apply our mind more intensely on this beautiful Swami of ours. And thus, I'm not going to talk about my story, I'm going to talk about His story. And His story, not just shining through my life, but through all lives, through many lives. Like Professor Kasturi beautifully said, the touch of the one in the play of the many. And that is what I hope to narrate by Bhagawan's grace in the next few minutes. One of the biggest advantages of being a Bal Vikas student is that at a very early stage in your life, you get the opportunity to connect with this amazing, amazing Swami. I say amazing Swami because already we have very high standards for him. We have a lot of expectations from him. We know what he's capable of doing, but you know what? He still manages to amaze us. Isn't that amazing? Just imagine, there's so much that you expect from him, but he'll still end up amazing you. So let me first talk about this amazing Swami that we have got. You know, a lot of my Bal Vikas days was in my Brindavan campus days when I was doing my undergraduation. So there was this roommate of mine from Tamil Nadu. He had decided to write a letter to Swami and hand over this prayer during the darshan. In those days, going by our human monkey mind understanding of law of probability, if you take it for 5 darshans, Swami will definitely pick up your letter. But what happened is that he would take the letter for 1 darshan, Swami didn't take it. Second letter, Swami didn't take it. It was going beyond 5, 10 darshans, Swami didn't take it. 11th darshan, Swami is taking it from the boy on the right, boy on the left and ignoring him. After some time, Swami stopped coming to the line where he is. After some time, other people stopped sitting with him because if you sit with him, Swami will never come near you. So he thought there must be something wrong with my letter. Because it is very unlikely that Swami will not pick up a letter which I've written with a lot of love. So he does something which we normally never do. Once you've written a letter to Swami, dear brothers and sisters, and put it into an envelope, will you take it out generally? You will not, right? Because it's meant for him to read. But these were desperate circumstances, and desperate circumstances require desperate measures. So he decided to open the envelope. He pulled out the letter that he wrote to Swami, and lo and behold, what did he find? What he thought was a letter to Swami was actually not the letter to Swami. It was his accountancy answer sheet. So understood what had happened. He'd actually written a letter to Swami prayerfully in the night, put it in front of Swami. Next day morning in the hurry to go to darshan, he had picked up his accountancy answer sheet, put it into the envelope, and that is what he was taking to Swami daily. That day, he put the real letter into the envelope and he went for darshan. And what do you think happened, dear brothers and sisters? He just had to raise his hand. Swami came and picked up the letter and went away. You know why your Swami is amazing? He knows about your prayer even before you make the prayer. Kavim kavinam upamashravastamam. He is the poet who in fact puts that idea into your head. So that is why this Swami of ours is so amazing. Let me tell you one more story about how amazing this Swami is. My brother had the opportunity to study in the Sri Sathya Sai Higher Secondary School here in Prasanthi Nilayam. The toughest subject that he had was accountancy. And all of us who have studied accountancy, and even those who have not studied accountancy, will know that it is like mathematics. You can't mug up. You actually will have to understand and write the exam. But the problem with him is he never understood accountancy. Those were the days when I was doing my post-graduation. I was doing my MFM here in Prasanthi Nilayam. After darshan every day, we would meet in front of, the school boys hostel, which is there. When you go back, you'll see it. Outside on the lawn, we would sit there and study together. But then he just didn't seem to understand. He failed in the model exam. And the accountancy teacher walked up to him and said, Sira Babu, Swami school always gets 100% result. Please don't spoil Swami's name. And he felt under a lot of pressure. First of all, I don't understand accountancy. Second, the teacher's telling me I risk spoiling Swami's name. And I know he prayed really, really, really hard. And his prayer was, Swami, it's not about my exam, Swami. I don't want to spoil your school's name, Swami. And he prayed hard, studied hard. But studied hard was actually mugging up problems. The final exams come. It's a CBSE exam. The accountancy paper is in front of him. He looks at the paper. The first 4-mark question is something which he knew. Knew means what? The same problem is there in the textbook. Including the numbers were the same. So it was very easy. And he had actually mugged it up. So the first 4 marks he wrote with a lot of interest. In fact, he used 2 colors of ink to underline. Because he had a lot of time on hand. You must realize that. And the reason why he had a lot of time on hand is the other 96 he had absolutely no clue. He attempted all questions, including the choice questions. See, people who have a lot of time, can do all this. And he still had time left. There was something called a balance sheet, and it has got 2 sides, liabilities and assets. And the 2 sides, as per the cosmic law of accountancy, is supposed to tally. It did not tally. So what did he do? He prayed to Swami, he picked up one side total, put it on the other. Seriously. Now, he didn't tell us any of this. He wrote his entrance exam for the university, and by Swami's grace, he got admission for the Brindavan campus, BCom in Brindavan campus. But there's a problem. If you don't pass 12th standard, you will not be part of the Brindavan campus. And I still remember that year, he came for vacations, and then he said, you know what? I'm actually going to go back early. So in those days, the academic year would start on 1st of June, but he went early. He went in May. We said, why? He said, no, I just want to be there. And Swami was physically there in Vrindavan at that time. Now, in his mind, what he was thinking is, my last chance. Because results come, I'm going to flunk. Might as well enjoy the 1 month. But he never told us all this. He goes there. He spends that month in Swami's blissful company. He appreciates every single second because he feels that it is his last opportunity. It was Buddha Purnima. We just went past a Buddha Purnima. In fact, it was the anniversary of this story. Buddha Purnima, in the Kalyana Mandapam, which is there in Vrindavan, he's sitting right next to Swami's chair. Devotees from overseas are supposed to present a drama. He's got his seat right next to Swami's chair. Swami has not yet come. Just when they were waiting for Swami, there is actually a rumor that the 12th standard results have come and they have been put up in the hostel notice board. One side of him said, I must go and check out. The other side of him is thinking, anyway, I will fail. Last chance to sit near Swami, so let me sit here only. Swami comes, sits for the drama, and after the drama, Swami is not going only. And for the first time, he feels restless. Swami, please go. I have to go and check my results. He walks up to the hostel. The notice board, the place in front of that is crowded. He pushes boys away and then tries to look at the score. He needs to just check one score, and that is accountancy. He was sure he would pass the others. He finds his name, roll number, puts his hand there, and then traces the hand to the other side where you have the marks. And he sees the marks, and dear brothers and sisters, he's not able to believe what he sees, and he's doing this because he thought it's a parallax error, like you see in physics. There is a problem. You know why, dear brothers and sisters? Now hold your breath. The score that he got in accountancy was 96. The boy who possibly were to fail the exam and create bad name for Swami's school was topper in accountancy. In fact, you know something? He had reconfirmed this with all his classmates. He had seen that all the other questions are wrong. In fact, he had discussed it. He knew he was going to fail. Now, the most interesting part is the 4 marks which he wrote correctly, he never got marks. Okay? Now, that's his way of doing things. He's got his own law, Swami. Prabal prem ke pale padkar prabhu ko niyam badalte dekha. Overcome for the love for his own creation. The Lord will change the cosmic rules. The 4-mark question becomes the 96-mark question. The 96-mark question becomes a 4-mark question. Now, brothers and sisters, I must now quickly add a disclaimer. What does this mean? This does not mean if you don't prepare for your exam and this pray, you will get this. Okay? You won't. Because Swami says, Yadna prayatnamu manava dharmamu jayapa jayamulu devadinamu. I have to put in effort. And Swami would say that. He put in effort, but he just couldn't understand. But I think what made the difference was, he said, Swami, I'm not doing it for myself, Swami. I don't want Swami's school to get a bad name. No swartham, no swaprayojanam. And I think that's what made all the difference. So this is this amazing Swami who can convert that 4 into a 96. He still got the mark sheet. It is one of the biggest mysteries, okay, of this Lord. Let me tell you one more story. Amazing Swami. Okay, this amazing Swami. Okay. There was this boy who was studying in the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning in Prasanthi Nilayam campus. Now, in those days, next to the Sri Sathya Sai hostel, the senior boys hostel. When you go back, remember to see all these places, because remember, this is all his story. Next time you see the hostel, you must remember this story. See, you know why I'm saying this, brothers and sisters? Some of us have a feeling that there are two groups of devotees. People who have seen Swami, people who have not seen Swami. You know something? Barring one experience, which I told you are two experiences, the other experience I was not even a part of it. But even today when I narrate it, I get a feeling I was there. That is the power of his story. It doesn't really matter whether you are there or not. You read it, you visualize it, you will feel it is happening to you. That is why it's the touch of the one in the play of the many. So remember, never have this guilt, oh, I didn't see Swami. Never have this sense that I never saw Swami. You can experience this Lord even now. That is why He is amazing. So one such amazing story. So when you go back, you see the old boys hostel. Just behind that hostel, once upon a time, we used to have a very, once upon a time, all that was forest. In fact, it's not even Puttaparthi, it's Elumalapalli. In fact, once you cross the police station, next to the police station, just observe, there's a small deity who's there on the side, on the floor. Actually, that's the Grama Devata for Puttaparthi. Once you cross her, you're actually entering a new place. So it is outside, wooded area, lot of bushes. The boy went there for some work and got bitten by a snake. There were some villagers around. They are experts in these matters. They look at a snake, they'll be able to recognize the snake. And they said, this is a very poisonous snake. The boy was rushed to the hospital. And Swami was informed. Now Swami listened to the entire thing, said, Swami, this boy got bitten by a snake. Swami listens to the entire thing and said, adi emi snake kadu, thorn. It is not a snake. It's only a thorn, which pricked him. There are certain special privileges of falling sick in Bhagawan's physical presence. The entitlements are, Swami will send you vibhuti. If you're very lucky, Swami will say, let him write letters and I will respond to it. If you're even more lucky, Swami will come and see you in the hospital. In this brother's mind, he is thinking, Swami, mine is a very deserving case. I am hospitalized not for fever, I am hospitalized for snake bite. That too, not normal snake, poisonous snake. I'm supposed to die. So Swami, mine is a very deserving case. Look at this boy, he's not thinking about he dying. He's thinking Swami should come and meet me. But Swami is not coming. Swami is not sending word to asking him to write letters. Swami is basic thing, Swami is not even giving him vibhuti. Because Swami keeps on saying, this is not emi snake kadu, thorn. Swami kept on saying it's a thorn, not a snake. No, he got cured. He came back, he's sitting in the mandir and he's actually very grumpy. What, Swami? What? Basic thing, no? Swami, you should come and talk to me at least, snake bite. Swami came to him and you know what Swami said? He said, Bangaru, I'll tell you something. Actually, it was a snake. But I did not want to acknowledge it. Because if I had acknowledged that it is a snake, you would have died. I said thorn. And when Swami says thorn, the snake will become a thorn. Dear brothers and sisters, remember this. This is how this amazing Lord works. You know something? The entire universe is waiting for Him to say a word. And the world and the entire cosmos has to adjust to His word. What He says is the truth. What He says is the fact. What He says is reality. You tell me you've got this Swami with us. What do you have to worry? And He's there with each one of us. This is this amazing, beautiful Swami of ours. The entire cosmos has to adjust to what this Lord has to say. And the snake became the thorn. Now let me tell you something. One more story? Okay, one more story. Okay, I'm keeping a watch on the clock. 12:20, I know. One more story. This is all to tell you how amazing this Swami is. Okay? One day, sitting in Swami's presence, somebody felt it's very good to ask Swami, Swami, tell us who you really are. I mean, let's hear it from you directly. Who are you really, Swami? What does Swami do? Swami becomes the typical Bal Vikas guru and says, you tell me. You tell me, no? You've been here for so long. You tell me, who am I? So this person who asked this question and thus found himself in a position to give the answer was a great poet. So in very glowing terms, he said, Swami, you are Brahma, you are Vishnu, you are Shiva, you are the Trimurti. Swami said, no. And you know what Swami said? He said, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva are my managers. Who? Yeah, I'm talking about Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva only. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva are my managers. I am the proprietor. He said proprietor, huh? Sole proprietor. The proprietor of all souls. And hence the sole proprietor. It can't be a it can't be limited liability. It can't even be a one-person company. It is just a sole proprietorship out and out. It's a monopoly. And he says, I am the proprietor. Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva are my managers. Now, this is only the beginning of the story. Now, I'll tell you the second part. Now, I'm going to tell you certain things which happened here in this hall. See, when you walk into Prasanthi Nilayam, you must realize you're walking into a special place. This is where this amazing Swami of ours walked. The place where many of you are sitting, he has walked. You think this is not a special place? You think Poornachandra is not a special place? He's walked here. This is his residence. The Lord has walked here. In fact, this happened, and this is one incident I got to see. So I'll also tell you where it happened, exactly where it happened. It happened somewhere there. Now all those people sitting there must be counting themselves very lucky. So 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth pillar. See, every pillar here, every tile has a story to tell, dear brothers and sisters. So remember, you're not walking into an ordinary place. So around that place, it was the time when Swami, you know that there was this, Swami's life story was shot in the form of a serial, Sri Sathya Sai. That was the year when I was doing my first year post-graduation. So one day, darshan was over. Swami had come back to Poornachandra. The shutters were down. And luckily for us, Swami sent word for the MBA, MFM boys. So we came in. I still remember we entered this way. And when we entered this way, I still remember, what do we see? We find that there's this beautiful set of Kailasa. And there's Lord Shiva and Parvati, the actors. That's the dance scene. Remember Swami's story, Bharadwaja Rishi waiting. I mean, you're all Bal Vikas, so you definitely know this. You know, Bharadwaja Rishi was not there, but Shiva and Parvati were there. And watching Shiva and Parvati was the real Shiva and Parvati. Swami standing there, okay? So we came and stood right behind Swami. And the dance was on, and there was a break in between. And Swami was saying, they're not allowing them to dance only. They keep saying, cut, cut, cut. It was as though Swami was very restless to show us the shooting. So somewhere in between, there was a break. And during the break, what happened is, the person who was acting as Shiva, dressed in full Shiva costume, looking original barring the snake, you know, but which looked real, came near Swami, and we were standing just behind Swami, knelt in front of Swami, and he started weeping, and he fell at Swami's lotus feet. And Swami was kind of, you know, pacifying him and saying a few kind words. It is a very unique sight to watch, because a person fully looking like Shiva just behind Swami. After the Shiva did Pada Namaskar and went away, Swami turned around. I still remember that smile. It was that half naughty, okay? At the same time, you know, that I'm God smile, okay? So he turns around and Swami said in Telugu, and that happened there, remember? Chusyava, Shivude edustunnadu, Swami dakkara vachi. So did you notice? Shiva himself came and cried, coming to Swami. Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva are my managers. I am the proprietor. Swami jokes. There's no joke. He's actually telling you, that is a moment of parting of the curtain where he told you the ultimate truth. Let me add to this story. We covered Shiva. Let me add to the story now. Once in Vrindavan, There's a teacher who's looking at from the hostel window and suddenly finds in the sky a moon and one more moon. 2 moons. She couldn't believe her eyes. First thought was, I need to change my specs. Second thought is, no, there were really 2 moons. And suddenly the second moon descended, came parallel to Swami's window in Vrindavan, and suddenly enters Swami's window. Next day, this teacher gets an opportunity to be alone with Swami and says, Swami, I saw something like this yesterday. 2 moons, 1 moon came down, came to your window. And very casually, Swami says, that is nothing. Lord Brahma came to see me. That was a direct report meeting, I guess. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva are my managers. I am the proprietor. This is this amazing Swami of ours. Once, in Vrindavan, Swami creates the crest jewel of Mother Sita, the Shikhamani or the Chutamani. And then Swami passes it around for everybody to see. And all of us, you know what we were doing? We were actually doing this. Okay? And then Swami said something very, very interesting and important. Swami said, Dunapotu. Dunapotu means buffalo. And dear sisters, I must tell you, for some reason he always said it is he buffalo. They didn't get it. Okay? Now, he said, Dunapotu, he said, don't worship the stone, worship the hand from it came. And then you know what he said? He said, because all avatars have come from this hand. Now listen to me very carefully. We refer to Swami as an avatar. But Swami says, no. Avatars came from this hand. This is that cosmic mega force, the Adipurusha, from which all avatars came. Like the managers in a factory, they keep coming and going. Satya Yuga, a few people come. Treta Yuga, the next lot comes. Dwapara Yuga, the next lot comes. Kali Yuga, and then again the next Kalpa. But Swami says the manager of the factory can come whenever he wants. And this is the sole proprietor coming. Just think how you are. And then he starts Bal Vikas, and then we are part of Bal Vikas. Just imagine, this will happen in so many Kalpas, and one Kalpas, all the Yugas put together. I've only made one point so far, and that's a point which you already know. What is that point? This Swami of yours, is very amazing. And this Swami, about whom we spoke about for some time now, it's whose Swami? Whose Swami is it? Is it our Swami? Is it our Swami, brothers and sisters? Yes or no? Is it our Swami? You're sure? No. No, I'm telling you no. It is not our Swami, it is your Swami. It is your Swami, your Swami, your Swami, your Swami, your Swami, my Swami. Because that one Swami is available for each one of us. See, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't share. But this you need not share, yeah? He is available with each one of us. You can be very possessive about your Swami because he resides with you even now. He is your Swami. He is your best friend, correct? Yes or no? He is your best friend, yes or no? You've still not learned. No. He's not your best friend. He's your only friend. Best matlab, there are 2 friends, no? Only friend. You ask Swami, Swami would say there is only one friend and that is this Swami. Now imagine you have this Swami who is amazing, who can turn earth into sky, sky into earth, can turn 4 into 96, can turn a snake into a thorn. And who says that Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva are my managers and I am the proprietor. And this Swami is not somebody else's Swami. It is not our Swami. It is your Swami. And he is your friend. Now you tell me, if this is your Swami and he is so powerful and he is your friend, is there anything in the world you have to be scared about? You know what this Swami does? And that is the second gift of Bal Vikas. He instills you with self-confidence. And what is self-confidence? Self-confidence, like Swami would say, is confidence in the self, not small S-E-L-F self, but capital S-E-L-F self, that self. Confidence in the Swami within you. We teach children to be independent, correct? You know what Swami talks about independence? Swami says, independence, can you repeat after me so that it registers? Independence is equal to in plus dependence. Think about it. Have you ever thought about it that way? Depending on the Lord within is independence, is what Swami says. These are not my words, dear brothers and sisters. This is Swami's words. Depending on the Lord within. And the Lord within, who can change a snake into a thorn, can change a 4 into a 96, and who says that I am the source of all avatars. Depending on the Lord within, and that is self-confidence. Now, just because you've got this powerful Swami with you, does it mean you will not have troubles in life? Does it mean that you will not have to face challenges? You will have to. But I'll tell you what the difference is. And for that, I have to tell you one more story, if you permit. May I? I've got 8 minutes. So one more story. Once what happened is, there was this brother who had to speak in front of a big crowd like this. He was very, very nervous because for the first time he has to speak. And there are so many people staring at you. In his speech, he said something very beautiful, dear brothers and sisters, and I'm going to share that with you because that is practical application of in plus dependence, independence. So remember this. Don't lose me now. Are you with me? So very important. Don't lose me now. In the opening remarks of his speech, he said something very beautiful. And just for you to visualize, it was exactly like it is today. Swami sitting here like he's sitting now. Okay? He's there. He's sitting there. I here, and the brother was here where I'm standing, and then the crowd there. The brother said, you know, I'm making my first speech. There are so many people on that side, and only me on this side. The entire world is on the other side, only I am on this side. But you know what gives me the confidence to face the entire world on the other side? The entire world is on the other side, but Swami is on my side. Correct or not? Swami is where? He's on my side. When this Swami is there on my side, this Swami who can turn a 4 into a 96, who can turn a snake into a thorn, who is the master of masters, the Lord of lords, who the Vedas just try to capture, what do I have to worry? I will face the world bindas. Correct or not? Dear sisters and brothers, the challenges will still be there. The problems will still be there. And even if it looks very hopeless, doesn't matter because this Swami is there on my side and it is part of his plan. He knows what he is doing. And that is what Swami explained when he did something. But to share that, I will have to tell you one more story. May I? Okay, so let me. Thank you. Once Swami decided to play snake and ladders. Yeah, don't look at me like that. Swami plays snake and ladders. Okay? He does that very regularly on a cosmic scale. But this time he actually played snake and ladders, on our scale. So Swami was staying as a guest in a devotee's house. And one day he just walks in to a room where there were 2 children, the children of the devotee. A brother and a sister. Swami said, see, I'm very bored. Imagine, Swami saying, I'm very bored. I'm very bored. Naturally, no, he's got everything under his control. He knows the past, present, future. Such kind of a person, no, he'll be bored. Okay, very bored. Said, what are you doing? And the children said, we are playing snake and ladders. And Swami says, will you also allow me to join? Now let me ask you, brothers and sisters, if Swami comes and asks you, can I play snake and ladders with you? You will welcome it or not? You'll say, of course, welcome. I mean, you can take 2 chances, correct? But you know what? These children know Swami very well. They said, Swami, no, you are not allowed. You are unselected. Why? Swami said, why? I'm asking you. Why I can't play with you? And the children said, no, Swami, we know you. Whatever number you want to know will come on the dice. Cheating. Okay. You will put whatever number you want, you will win. And just imagine, there's a historic moment. Swami tells, he holds his hand and says, hey, Sachi mein, truthfully, I will not play like God. I will play like a human being. Okay? I will play like you. Imagine the Lord having to make this promise. And children say, okay, subject to that condition, you are allowed. They play snake and ladders. So this brother, sister, and Swami. This brother is somewhere at about 80, 90. This sister is about 60. Swami is languishing somewhere at 4 or 5, bitten by some 3 snakes, and he's come down to 4 or 5. Brother and sister are confident that they're going to win. But you know what happens? In the next 2 throw of dices, Swami goes straight from 4 to 100. Suddenly some ladder comes and he goes up there. And then he doesn't stop with that. He rubs it in. He said, "Chi, that is why I don't play with you guys. You don't know how to play." But then after that, Swami said something very beautiful, dear brothers and sisters, and that is not just for those children, it's for all of us. He said, "Bangaru, just like these snakes and ladders, in real life also there will be snakes and ladders. The snake of a difficult question paper, the snake of a person who's trying to trouble you, the snake of a challenging situation, the snake of a situation where you are short of all resources, the snake of a situation where something terrible happens. And there will also be ladders. The ladder of victory, the ladder of praise, the ladder of success, the ladder where it looks like everything happens automatically." And Swami said, you want to be really happy in life? The secret to happiness is the snake and the ladder both take it as my prasadam. You take the snake and ladder as my prasadam, then what he told us, life is a game played. It becomes a game. With the Lord playing with you. And why should I worry about the snake and the Lord? Why should I worry about the snake and the ladder? Why should I worry about the snake? Because the Lord who wears the snake, Shivude Sunadu Swami Dagara. Just imagine that Lord who is the master of Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva is there on my side. The whole world is on the other side, but my Swami is on my side. Troubles will come, troubles will go. Happiness will come, happiness will go. Tough exam paper will come, tough exam paper will go. Favorite team will lose in IPL, will in IPL. Doesn't matter. Because this Swami, this amazing Swami is on my side. Okay, I have just 1 minute, but I may have to borrow about 4 or 5 minutes more. Is that okay? Is it okay? 5 minutes more. Thank you so much. Okay, because I've got 2 more stories to tell. 10 minutes. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you, uncle. Now, this story is very special. You know why? Because these 2 stories I'm going to tell you happened here, in the very premises you're sitting, in Poornachandra. I told you, no, brothers and sisters, whatever you do in life, no, never make the mistake of cutting off your relationship with Prasanthi Nilayam. Because your Swami walked here. Each pillar has a story to say. Every tree has a story to say. Everything is linked to him. It is his story. So never, never, never give up Prasanthi Nilayam. Very important. Huh? Always remember this as a Bal Vikas. You may say Swami is there everywhere. But the question is, one Swami asked, I am there everywhere, Bangaru, but do you feel me everywhere? But you feel him when you come to Prasanthi Nilayam more intensely. And till the time we learn to feel him everywhere, never, ever let go of Prasanthi Nilayam. What happens after that? You will never leave Prasanthi Nilayam. You will be here only. That's what will happen. So, it happened here. Now, what happened here? You know, there used to be these chandeliers, these lights which hang, chandeliers, beautiful lights. For the hospital, Swami had got lots of chandeliers. And each time the chandeliers would come, there were 2 brothers who were serving here. They had the responsibility of unpacking the chandeliers and arrange it. How the chandelier comes is the stand will come separate. You know those glass pieces, you have to hang it on it, okay? And then they'll switch it on, show it to Swami, look at it, and then it'll be approved, and then it'll go to be installed in the hospital. So once what happened is, just after Swami had finished darshan, just before Swami was about to retire to his residence here in Poornachandra, there was one box of chandelier which came. Now what did the boys do? They realized that if Swami sees the box, he will say, open the box. If Swami says, open the box, then they will take about 10-15 minutes to assemble it. If they take 10-15 minutes to assemble it, Swami will get delayed by 15 minutes. So they did not want Swami to be inconvenienced. Thus they hid the box. Can you ever hide anything from him? The attempt failed. Swami came in and first saw the box and said, what is that box? Swami, chandelier, Swami. Swami said, open it. Swami said, Swami, Tarvata, Swami, later. Swami said, no, Ippudu, now. Now what happened is these brothers, they did not want to delay Swami, so they said they'll do the process quickly. Now the normal process is somewhere around that area, again, in Poornachandra. Now, there was this wooden contraption, this wooden stand they had built. They used to open the chandelier, hang it there, assemble it there, switch on the light. Okay? And once it glows, they would switch off the light, put it back. But that day, no, it takes time to put it on the stand and tie it. They didn't want to waste time. They didn't want to delay Swami. So I said, Swami, I'll hold it in the hand. Swami said, it is better to put it on the stand, right? No, Swami, I'll hold it in my hand, small chandelier. So one brother was holding it in his hand, the other brother assembled it. Swami said, it's better to put it on the stand, no? He said, no, Swami, small chandelier, I will hold. He kept on holding. Now listen carefully, the most interesting part of the story comes now. And Swami was actually sitting and watching the entire thing from a chair like he's sitting now. Okay? So just visualize this. The moment the switch was put on, that brother who was standing there holding the chandelier started dancing in Swami's presence. And it was a strange dance. There are various dances which have happened, including one this morning, but this was a very different dance from what they had seen. And everybody was wondering what happened. This brother was dancing, holding the chandelier. What is Swami doing? Swami is sitting here on the chair, and Swami is laughing, looking at the dance. He's actually going back, his eyes filled with tears. And Swami, amidst all the laughter, he's holding his stomach. Just imagine this. And Swami is saying, hey, switchu, switchu, switchu. Basically, Swami is saying, switch it on. It's an electric shock. Okay. So he was dancing because he was getting an electric shock. So somebody got the idea, understood what Swami was trying to say, and switched it off. This brother dutifully handed the chandelier to the other brother, and only after that collapsed on the ground. So chandelier was saved. After he was revived, Swami came to him, and Swami said, నెక్స్ట్ టైం నుంచి నా చెప్పిన మాట వింటే నీకే మంచిది. నెక్స్ట్ టైమ్ ఆన్వర్డ్స్ ఇఫ్ యూ లిసన్ టు వాట్ ఐ సే ఇట్ ఈస్ గుడ్ ఫర్ యూ ఓన్లీ. ఐ టోల్డ్ యూ పుట్ ఇట్ ఆన్ ద స్టాండ్, యూ డిడ్ నాట్ లిసన్. Now why am I talking about this? Because, dear brothers and sisters, you have this amazing Swami with you. If you have to experience this amazing Swami and fully benefit from this amazing Swami, treat him as your guru. Why did I say treat him as your guru? Because a mother, a father, a friend or a relative may not be a guru. I repeat, a mother, a father, a friend or relative may not be a guru, but a guru is a mother, father, friend and relative. And these are Swami's words. So who's your guru? Swami, and Swami alone is your guru. And what does a guru do? Instruct you. And when a guru instructs you, what should you do? Follow it. For whose good? Like he did that day. He said, next time onwards, just follow what I say. Just follow what I say. And for your own good, follow what I say. Very important, huh? Very, very important, dear brothers and sisters. And I'll tell you with basic things which Swami has said. Yes, Swami has talked about discrimination. There are times you have to use discrimination. But with things which Swami said, Bal Vikas, do this, don't do this. 9 point of conduct, do this, don't do this. Let us not even get into using our human brain to understand it or analyze it. Or even look for scientific proof on why it should be done. You know why? Swami says science is a C which is incomplete and spirituality is the O which is complete. And where science stops, only he starts. Now, how do you understand his 9-point code of conduct based on science? It is not possible. And I'll tell you one more thing. Today, how many of us use apps on our phone? We use apps on our phone. You use a Swiggy app. You use so many apps. How many of us understand the programming of the app? We don't, right? But you don't have to. The advantage of an app is you can use it without understanding the programming. He has done all the programming, yeah? He's given you an app called Bal Vikas. Just use it, no. Why do we have to use our brain? That is like saying, I will use Swiggy only once I understand the coding. You'll die to death only by hunger. You'll just die of hunger. You don't have to do that. So just follow what he says. That's very critical, because that is when you benefit from the Lord. And then I come to my last story. Okay, and this is very special. Very, very special. What is the advantage? The next advantage. So 3 advantages I said. One is, right at a very early age, you are introduced to this amazing Swami. Number 2 is the fact that Swami becomes your guru and he instructs you. How does he instruct you? Not general direction. I said, not our Swami, but your Swami, because Swami said, Chaipatti kapadute vratamunaku. He said, I will hold each of one of you by the hand and guide you. Suppose you want to go from here to Western Canteen. Swami will not say, okay, all of you boys come here, all of you girls come here, go straight, turn left. No, Swami says, each one of you, now I will hold you by the hand and take you there. And once Kasuri sir asked Swami, Swami, why should you hold by the hand and all, Swami? Just show light, no? Because the song says, lead kindly light amidst the encircling gloom, lead thou me on. Just show us the light, we will go. And Swami looked at Kasturi sir and said, Dunnapotu, you are saying show light, but you are blind. You are blind. Thus I will hold you by the hand and guide you. You are blind. Ajnana timirandasya jnananjana shalakaya. Chakshurun melitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ajnana timira. You have the cataract of ignorance, and you are blind, and thus I will hold you by the hand and guide you. That is the third advantage. Now comes the fourth advantage. Now listen to this very carefully. And this happened here. A lot of this would have happened, you know where? I'll tell you exactly where. You see this D? This space? Not here. You see the one next to that? There. And Swami would generally sit, around center. You see the Purna Kumbham kind of thing? Swami would sit there. These are all special places, dear brothers and sisters. Remember this always. This is no ordinary place. And remember this each time you step into Prasanthi Nilayam. It doesn't matter whether you were there at that time. Even now you can imagine it. Yes or no? You can experience it yourself. So never say, I have not seen Swami. Of course you can see him now. He's always there. This full place is full of Swami. So Swami would have been sitting there when this happened. So what happened is, convocation of the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning is on 22nd of November every year. And generally there's a drama. The drama, the idea for the story is many times given by Swami. The actors are selected by Swami. The costumes are selected by Swami. The main direction is done by, and in the end, who is the audience? That's what is interesting. He's watched it 10 times, but he will still watch it the 11th time. Now that particular year, dear brothers and sisters, the story was as follows. The story was like this. There's a good boy, a good Bal Vikas boy. It could be a good Bal Vikas girl too, but since it were all boys, it happened to be boys. There's a good Bal Vikas boy. He comes to Swami's fold, learns a lot of good things. He then goes home for vacation. When he goes home for vacation, he goes to the other boys and tries to correct them. His old friends who had bad habits, and tries to correct them. But in the first half of the drama, what happens is, instead of he convincing his friends confuse him. You understood the story? They confuse him, so much so that he really starts, wondering, is there really a God and all that. Now that particular scene where the friends confuse him, Swami had named that scene as Rowdy Scene. Swami had given it its own caption, Rowdy Scene. Whenever that scene comes, Swami will look at it with a lot of intensity, sitting here, while the practice would go on there. You're able to visualize what I'm saying? One day when the practice was going on, you know what happened? Swami, who was sitting here and watching the rowdy scene, suddenly went on to the stage. And he started speaking to the boy, the good boy, the Bal Vikas boy, the Sai student boy, started speaking to him and said, Buddhi ledara niku, you don't have brains? When he's telling you this, instead of becoming confused, you should tell him 1, 2, 3, these dialogues. That boy is looking at Swami saying, no Swami, but these are my dialogues. You're asking me to say something different. Swami was actually responding as though this was happening in real life, and that boy was actually getting confused. And this went on and on and on. So much so that after some time, when Swami was watching the scene, you know how Swami would be? Swami would be like that small child who wants to watch the horror movie, but when the scariest scene comes, he's watching it like this. Understood? In fact, he would hold his handkerchief, and in tension, he would wring it, all that. Just imagine your Swami doing this, sitting there. He actually did that. He's doing all that. Now, the boys are watching all this, and this is very strange to them. Finally, the actual drama happens. Swami is sitting, and next to Swami, I think it was the President of India, was the guest of honor, and Swami is, of course, the chief guest. And right next to him is the President of India. They are watching the drama. Exactly, now listen to this carefully, dear brothers and sisters. Exactly when the rowdy scene came, Swami very sweetly turns to the chief guest and says, don't worry, this is temporary. He's confused now, but he'll be okay in the end. I know the story. Don't worry, this is temporary. So sweet, right? So boys are watching all this and they, in their mind, they're not able to fathom this. And finally, after the drama, sitting at Swami's lotus feet, they ask Swami, saying, Swami, why Swami? Why did you respond this way? Because Swami, you are Maya Nataka Sutradhari. You are the director of this entire cosmic play, Swami. What this play? You know the story, Swami. Why did you respond this way, Swami? As though it was real and as though this boy was really in trouble. It is after all only a drama, Swami. And then Swami said something. And dear brothers and sisters, listen to me very carefully because this is the biggest advantage of being a Bal Vikas student. Are you with me? What did Swami say? Swami said, Adi kaadu bangaru. It is not that bangaru. Naku telusu, ఇది drama. I know it's a drama only. But even in a drama, Swami cannot see his children failing. Even in a drama, Swami cannot see his children failing. This is your Swami. This is your Swami, dear brothers and sisters, who cannot see you failing. Will he allow you to fail? Let any snake come, any ladder come, let the entire world be against you, but your Swami is on your side. That doesn't mean you will not have difficulties, but the difficulties are his prasadam, the difficulties are part of his plan, and you always depend on him, in plus dependent, independent. And remember, this Swami of yours is no ordinary Swami. He's somebody who can turn 4 into 96. He's somebody who can turn a snake into a thorn. He's somebody who is the source of all avatars. And he's somebody who says, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva are my managers. I am the cosmic proprietor. That is your Swami and he's your closest friend. But, this has to happen. Consider him as your guru. Who's your guru? Let's hear it loudly for Swami. Who's your guru? Swami is your guru. Because a guru can be a mother, a guru can be a father, a guru can be a friend, guru can be everything. And he is there with you, in you, holding you by the hand and guiding you. And saying, O weakest, meekest, blindest, I am the one thou seekest. These are Kasturi sir's words, not mine. And your O weakest, meekest, blindest, don't worry. Because I am the one thou seekest and I shall hold you by the hand and guide you. Chaipatti kapadute vratamunaku. This is your Swami. Never give up Prasanthi Nilayam, dear brothers and sisters. Never give up this name and form. There were people who were saying, after Swami's Mahasamadhi, we must transcend from the form to the formless. And dear brothers and sisters, like one of our brothers said, I think when Swami said you must transcend the form and forget the form, he meant our form, not Swami's form. How can you forget this form? How can you ever place anything in place of this form? You used to sing this form. Can you ever place anything in place of this form? Do you need any other form? Do you need an intermediary? Do you need anybody to connect with this Swami? You don't. Because this Swami is your closest friend, inside you, outside you, above you, below you, guiding you and guarding you. And dear brothers and sisters, like many times it has happened in this auditorium, let us conclude this session by doing something which we would do in Swami's presence. And let it happen in history for one time again, for him to hear it. And each time this would happen, Swami's face would have a special thrill. That already beautiful face would look like 1,000 bloomed lotuses, or may I say 1,000 bloomed lotuses would look shy, looking at his radiance at that moment. You know what that moment is? It is that moment where all his children in this very auditorium many times would look at him and he's sitting there and would tell him, we love you, Swami. So let's do it 3 times. Once again, let that sound resonate in this auditorium. 1, 2, 3. We love you, Swami. We love you, Swami. We love you, Swami. Jai Sai Ram.